Pagi kawan, kembali lagi di Planet Zoo. Setelah kemarin selesai The Madagascar Simian Conservation Project, career mode. Sekarang kita cobain lanjut di next tutorial, next career. Seperti yang dilihat, gue belum nyobain ini, jadi ini benar-benar first impression. Kita lihat kan seperti apa. Oke, so here we go. By the way, lagunya asik. Oke, start new Panda Park. Kebun binatang si Bernard lagi, yang lain apa nih? Oke deh, langsung kita coba. Kemarin itu iya sih, masih problem ya di kamera handlingnya. Semoga makin biasa. Juga miss sama kompleksitasnya game ini sih. Kemarin sih apa ya, bikin exhibit, terus staff juga, bikin kandang baru juga yang mengenaskan. Kandang perdana yang mengenaskan, silakan boleh cek lihat YouTube video sebelumnya. Oh, halo Bernie.
Pandas.
Kita bertemu lagi.
They're my daughter's favorite animal.
Siapa sih nih putri?
I think it's fair to say that if ever there was an animal which has captured the public's imagination, it's pandas. Well, that's assuming you ignore cats and dogs, obviously. It'll take more than a cute bear to knock them off of the top spot. Oh, but did you know? Thanks to the incredible conservation work that's being done in China and around the world, pandas are no longer endangered. Amazing! That said, they're still considered vulnerable. So, this zoo is extraordinarily lucky and honored to be part of that conservation effort. It really speaks to our reputation, a reputation that you're going to be in charge of maintaining, along with all the general maintaining too. I really can't tell you how important the welfare of those pandas is. Oh wait, I can. It is vitally important. The eyes of the world are on you, my friend. Although,
Bernie.
Perhaps more pressingly, the eyes of Nancy are on you too.
Welcome to
Nancy.
China. This is Bernie's brand new Panda Celebration Zoo. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished. But we'll deal with that later. First, let's take a tour of the zoo.
Okay. Tour at the zoo.
Obviously, the giant pandas are the main attraction for this zoo, and luckily for us, we have one which was born just a few days ago. Let's go and have a look at it. Go on, don't be shy. Select the panda cub.
Mana panda cub? Oh, ini dia nih.
And click on the camera to enter animal camera mode. Oh, doesn't it just warm the cockles of your heart? So cute! Did you know that giant pandas, or Ailuropoda merinaluca if we're being formal, are the only entirely herbivorous bears? They can actually eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo a day. Not that surprising, given that they'll spend up to 14 hours a day chomping away. I don't imagine this little fluff ball has that kind of appetite yet, though. Oh no. I just got word from one of our keepers that a sable antelope was placed into a habitat without going through quarantine first, and that they're displaying signs of disease. We'll have to move them into quarantine to stop the infection from spreading to the other animals. To do that, go to the highlighted habitat Find the infected animal and then select them to bring up their information panel.
Sebentar, masih mau lihat. Anjir, cakep sih. Cakep ya. Wis. Udah nggak bosen-bosen. Giginya bulunya itu. Keren. Banyak temennya. Wah, hujan. Ini tiap binatang tuh ada suaranya ya. Suaranya beda-beda sih kalau dari kemarin lihat. Tiap binatang ngeluarin suaranya beda-beda. Main dia gitu. Lagi. Oke. Fine. Nanti oh ini dia. Mana sih yang sakit? Ini.
Good. Now click move and then transfer them into quarantine. I've highlighted the quarantine facility in the zoo for you.
Okay. Move. Quarantine.
Oh, phew. That's a relief. Now that we've stopped the infection from spreading any further, we need to build a vet surgery so the antelope can be treated and then returned to his habitat. I've already highlighted where I'd like you to build it, so why don't we head over there?
Okay.
In order to build the vet surgery, click on Facilities, Staff Facilities, and then Vet Surgeries.
Facilities, staff facilities, vet surgery. Nah, oh iya. This one. Gini gitu. Madepnya mana sih? Yang ini boleh nggak? Ah, ini kayak lebih cocok. Depannya oh ini dia. Sini bisa matiin kali ya. Nah, biar pasang gitu. Nah, ini nih problem mulu. Oke.
That's the job. Vet surgeries play a very important role in a zoo, as they're the only places that vets can treat the animals. Once there's room for the antelope, the vet will pick them up from quarantine and bring them to the surgery. Yes, diseases can spread through a habitat quite easily, especially if the water inside it isn't being cleaned regularly. As it happens, I just got a report that one of our water treatment facilities has broken down, and the water in the flamingo and saltwater crocodile habitats has gotten dirty. I've highlighted the water treatment facility for you, so you should go and check it out.
Water treatmentnya dipikirin juga. Oh ini dia. Terus
click on the water treatment facility to bring up its information panel. Yes, I don't think you need a degree in mechanics to tell that this thing's thoroughly banjaxed. click Call Mechanic to get them to come over and fix it for us. So, just to explain, water treatment facilities work in a similar manner to power sources, in that they have a radius of influence around them. That means any body of water which is even partly within that radius will be cleaned automatically. Also, like power sources, if they get damaged, that radius of influence will shrink, meaning that it might stop cleaning water sources which were only just within its reach. If you want to check how much of your zoo is covered by your water treatment facilities, then there's a heat map you can use to see the coverage. That way, you can quickly spot problem areas and rectify the issue.
Oh, ini yang merah-merah. Iya bukan sih? Oh, oke. Perhatiin. Mekanik. Bisa nggak sih langsung tarik mekaniknya gitu? Oh, ini dia datang. Udah. Oh iya udah.
Good work. Now that the water treatment facility has been repaired, the water will be cleaned up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You can also use mechanics to repair power facilities, transport rides, spins, benches, signs, and, as you already know, habitat barriers. Now, I'll be honest, I'm still a little worried about that disease scare we had, so I think we should do some research into it. Doing research into a disease can help prevent future outbreaks of it. And even if we do have an outbreak, it'll make the disease much less potent. I'd like you to start some research into bordetellosis. Disease research can be found in vet research, so head over to your research center and get one of the vets researching it.
Mana ya? Lupa. Ini gitu. Ini. Oke, yang mana nih? Tommy aja.
Lovely job.
Okay.
Once that research is complete, I expect we'll send that disease packing in no time.
Continue.
Whew! That was a close-run thing with those antelopes. I dread to think what might have happened if you hadn't got them into quarantine as quickly as you did. Fast thinking there. We had a horrible outbreak of viral gastroenteritis here at Goodwin House. Although, luckily, that was just limited to me and my wife.
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park. You see, you can also do research into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then click on View Workshop.
Keren sih, malam. Cakep. Ya ampun. Sedap. Mantap. Di Indonesia tuh udah binatang yang bisa dikunjungin malam di mana ya? Setahu gue cuma taman safari itu deh. Itu pun taman safari ya. Tapi ini keren sih. Menarik sih. Kalau kebun binatang tuh bisa dikunjungin malam, bisa lihat lah. Karena beberapa binatang kan aktivitas siang harinya berbeda sama malam. Jadi mungkin ada view baru kali kalau malam, view yang beda. Ini keren sih. Ya ampun tokonya. Asik ya. Signboardnya itu dia nyala kalau malam. Keren. Next, locate workshop 1, 2, 3. Mana sih workshop? Construction ya? Blueprint. Yang mana yang workshop replay?
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park. You see, you can also do research into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then click on View Workshop.
View workshop.
And finally, assign a mechanic to research souvenir shops by dragging and dropping them onto it. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Tadi suruh riset apa?
And finally, assign a mechanic to research souvenir shops by dragging and dropping them onto it. I can't wait to see what they come up with. Great stuff. That research will take a little while, so let's have a look at something else in the meantime. Because we've had some good news.
Sampai bootnya aja tuh fasilitasnya ada research sih. Bayangin gak sih seberapa kompleknya ini game. So amazing. Oh. Okay.
It turns out that we're allowed to adopt more giant pandas. The authorities have given us 3 females to help with our breeding program. Even so, I'm sure you know how notoriously difficult it is to get pandas to breed, so we'll have to be patient. Our current giant panda habitat is full to the brim, but luckily we've already got another habitat ready to go. But before we move our new pandas in, they'll need to go through quarantine. Of course, we can't do that until we've accepted them. So open up animal trading and go into the animal reward section.
Oh. Ada hadiah binatang juga ya. Ya kayak kalian tahu ya, beberapa negara atau beberapa kebun binatang antar negara tuh suka melakukan ini ya, tukeran binatang khas dari negara mereka demi mempererat kerjasama.
Just click Transfer to Animal Storage next to each of the pandas, and then they'll be sent there.
Transfer to animal storage, please.
Finally, we can send them from animal storage to quarantine. To do that, just select them in animal storage, then click Send to Zoo, and then click on the quarantine facility in the zoo. Don't worry, I've highlighted it for you so you can find it easily.
Oh, di sini. Send to zoo. Okay, send to zoo. Nice.
While we wait for them to clear quarantine, you should set up their new habitat so they feel at home in there. I'll also need you to bring over one of the male pandas from our other habitat, because without him, we're not going to have much of a breeding program, are we? So go on, move him over and get everything set up for your pandas.
Okay. Okay. Animal trading ya? Yang mana ya tadi? nggak bisa. Oh bisa. Ih, kenapa invalid? Oh perintahnya. Oh sini. Oke. Jadi biar species location quarantine mana ya? Animal trading bukan. Nah, move-nya ke sini ya. Invalid juga. Nah, apa nih? Pagar udah. Apa ya? Udah lengkap ya. Correct item. Set up the new panda habitat. Iya betul. All. Move. Kok nggak bisa ya? Invalid destination. Oh, bisa tap dulu. Apa tadi? Putih. Terbaik. Oke. Sudah bisa pindah lah sekarang. Masih invalid. Feeding enrichment. Feeding enrichment. Ya masing-masing dua aja lah. Ini kali ya. Sekaligus saya toy-nya lah. Okay. Paint the terrain to increase the panda terrain welfare. Okay, terrain welfare. Aduh. Udah bener. Crash shortnya kelebihan, longnya needless dude. Oke. Lagi Clans. Apa nih? Astaga, sebanyak ini gitu. Labrador. Coba deh. Ada sih pandanya. Ya ampun, ada gua gitu. Kandangnya dalam. Rasa banget. Halo. Ih, sulit banget ya. Oh, ini dia. Plants. Golden. Oh, protein. Dulu kan gak remove ya. Direct. Oh, bisa sih. Kosong dong, jelek banget. Oke, udah. Temperate kontinen Asia. Temperate. Terus apa? Ini temperate ya. Kontinen Asia. Bambu. Mungkin ada yang namanya Panda gitu. Cypress tree. Oke. Wisteria, apa nih wisteria? Sini kali ya. Ini bingung. Masih jelek banget. Bisa ya naikin gitu. Gimana caranya guys? Sudahlah. Tadi yang mana lagi? Oh, bisa dibikin merambat, bisa kayak planet zoo ya. Udah salah. Terus taruh sini dulu. Nah, itu kok begini sih tampilannya? Nah, dia di atas. Ih, jelek banget. Cara bedanya gimana ya? Nah, bodoh lah. Oke, next. Oke, ini masih kurang ya. Oke, what else? Waduh. Ini sih jelek banget. Oh, udah. Lagi. Holy tree.
Good news. Our new female pandas have been given a clean bill of health. You'd best move them into the new habitat so they can settle in. And I hope you've made their habitat as comfy as possible, because animals will only breed if they're happy.
Oke. Mana sih? Oke. Masih cari. Oh, ini dia. Kok valid ya masih ya? Kok masih nggak bisa? Oh. Klik on the quarantine. Udah. Click on the tick box to select Panda and move them to the new habitat. Click on the tick box to select the Panda and move them to the new habitat. Mana sih new habitatnya? Ini kan? Nah, jadi bisa juga.
Oh, bless. I think they'll be really happy in there. Fingers crossed we'll see some lovely new cubs sooner rather than later. Right. While they're being delivered, we'd better get on with something else. Oh, dear me. There's never any time to rest when you're running a zoo, is there? Well, unless you hit the pause button. Okay, I think it's time I taught you all about work zones. I know, they don't sound as interesting as the animals, but trust me, they're ever so useful. You see, work zones are a way of making sure that your staff concentrate on specific habitats or tasks within the zoo, so they aren't wandering off elsewhere when it's time to feed the animals or the like. So let's start by creating a new work zone and then assigning a keeper to it so that they know to look after the new pandas. To do that, go into the zoo section, then click on staff and then work zones.
Zoo. Oke. Terus klik
Now, click on New Work
new
Zone.
work zone. Dah.
To set up your new work zone, I'll need you to select the highlighted habitat gate, staff room, and keeper hut. Oh, and don't forget to name it something useful. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit the work zone creator.
Gimana nih? Nah, ini. Terus Panda breed. Lah, lah, kenapa nih? Select this. Okay.
Now let's hire a new keeper and assign them to our new work zone. We don't want them getting distracted by other goings-on in the zoo. Go on, hire one.
Ini apa? Keeper ya? Go to zoo. One keeper.
Then, click on your new keeper to bring up their information panel and go to their employment tab.
Employment tab.
At the bottom, you can assign them to your new work zone from the drop-down menu.
Which? Terus? Udah. Udah. Bingung sih gua.
There you go. Now your keeper will focus his attention on our new pandas. Oh, and just so you know, all types of staff can be assigned work zones. Just make sure that they have access to all the buildings that they need. And one last thing. You might find it faster to assign them from the Work Zones tab in the Staff section of Zoo Management. That'll save you having to chase around selecting your staff one by one. Oh, it sounds like the brand research has been completed. You should collect your rewards, and you can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into mechanic research.
Oke. Sampai sini kali ya.
Now that we've got our lovely new Just a Memento shop designed, you should build one of them near the zoo's exit. That way the guests won't miss it on their way out and we won't miss out on their money.
Memento. Oh, di mana? Oh, di sini. Oh, exitnya di sini. Depannya mana sih? Ini kali ya depannya mesti. Nah.
Oh, that's ever so wonderful, that is. Anyway, I'm just off for a moment, but I'm sure I'll have some more jobs for you to look at shortly.
Oke. Itu apa sih gift shop gitu ya?
Aw, those pandas look just adorable. I can see why people keep foolishly forgetting that they're wild bears. And good work on that new gift shop branding. Just a memento. Very clever. Much better than our old overpriced gifts branding. I'm all for truth in advertising, but it was perhaps a little on the nose.
Overpriced gift.
Back as promised. Right. I'd like you to increase the number of different species in the zoo. Now, you can find out what species are already in your zoo by going into the zoo section and then into the animals area. And if you're wondering how you're going to fit them all in, then mixed species habitats are a great way to save space and create interesting habitats. Just make sure to check the Zoopedia to find out which species enjoy living together. E.g., don't mix lions with antelopes.
Ini yang gue maksud kemarin ya. Ada nggak sih binatang yang bisa barengan gitu satu kandang? Ini kita baru mulai di sini. Seperti tutorial sebelumnya, harus tambah spesies lagi. Mungkin yang atau sih nanti buat kandang lagi atau tambah exhibit atau yang lainnya, atau mungkin tadi kan bisa nambah satu binatang lagi dengan spesies yang berbeda dalam satu kandang. Sekarang kita coba lihat, atau mungkin kita coba next time kali ya, di video selanjutnya. Oke guys, so mungkin ini kita sudahi dulu sampai di sini. See you other video, maksudnya next career mode. Di lain kesempatan kita coba tambah 3 spesies atau bangun habitat untuk tambah 3 spesies baru ini. Oke, see you next time.